Alternating treatment. Oh, this will
Hello, Maggie.
Phone a friend or whatever. Look around the room and everyone look at each other. Is everyone confident or does anyone have any other suggestions besides alternating treatment? Everyone look at each other. Is everyone okay with that? All right. Any questions thus far about design, independent or dependent variables? I see any obvious here? Guess what this exam is going to be like? No. So let's check. Talk to me about what happened in baseline. What happened during baseline data collection? Just verbally kind of describe what happened.
We've got a kid in a high chair. Totally normal high chair. I'll sit in high chair. And random 5-minute intervals and possession toys to see if they would use one hand of both hands to reach for the toys. And they also, were identifying posture, so if the child slips or if they needed to reposition their thigh, they indicated that on the as well. So they were sort of figuring out if the child had upper arm extremity function while sitting in a normal high chair.
Anybody have anything else to add to that for baseline data collection?
It was two different, two different 5-minute periods of time that they did for each baseline session.
Yeah. I don't. Do they call the each 5-minute thing a session?
Phase. 2 phases per session.
2 phases per session.
2 5-minute periods on each day of the
Periods.
session.
Each day. Yeah. Okay. Anything else for baseline?
Is that what they're referring to when they talk about time series?
Ah, time series.
Is it called time series alternating treatment?
Where do you see that?
It's in the abstract.
Like going to read? That I haven't read? Typo. Oh. I think, hold on. I'm running into this until I'm certain. Yeah, I think so. I think that's what the 5-minute means. Don't worry about it. How's that for an answer? I'll try and, that's interesting, I'll look that up, but I think that refers to 2 different times and, yeah.
Oh, 2 things. So to add to the baseline,
Yeah.
I think, well, during all of them, they reposition the kid if they started crying or that's what they took as being uncomfortable. And then also, I have a question. Are you allowed to do a baseline with alternating treatment?
What does everybody think? Have we seen something like this before?
Yeah.
So I heard, did you say it was not necessary? What does everybody think? Anybody have a reference for anyone to refer to for the necessity of baseline during alternating treatment design? Thank you, Aubrey.
Thanks, Michelle.
Yeah, so why did they have a baseline then? Or let's take it up back. Let's take it back a step. What's the benefit of alternating treatment? What does alternating treatment show you or tell you? Somebody besides Amy. Come on. Somebody who hasn't spoken already. Okay.
Alternating treatments use
comparing whether one is more effective than another.
So what role would baseline play?
At least I took it that way. The chair, like without a seat cushion on it, was just what they were normally using, so it allowed them to see just how they had been sitting in the past.
Close. Anyone have any correction for that?
They said that for these four kids, they've never sat in a high chair before. So this would be new. So it's almost like an adjustment phase.
They also had the adjustment phase.
Yeah, we'll have adjustment phase.
And why would all those factors be important? Why do we care if a kid sat in it or not, or adjust to it or not, or why would that be important?
There might be a learning curve.
Keep going. Maturation. Tell me more, though. Those are all good words that are appropriate in this situation. And so it's related, the improvement is related to what then? If they had never sat in the high chair, and so of course they did really bad, because usually we're bad at things that we've never done before, usually, unless you're a genius, then you do it and you kind of get better. If we hadn't had that, what would we say about the intervention? If we just went straight to the CFS or the foam liner? Keep going.
Because they hadn't had a chance to learn how to kind of deal with sitting in anything.
Right.
You can't really tell that the reason that they didn't have success or what you didn't see what you wanted to see was because of the chair or because they just needed a little time.
Because of the chair, be more specific.
The intervention.
Everybody get that, kind of? Anybody else want to rephrase it in your own words?
So basically, if they didn't have baseline, they could attribute any changes in the kids to having high chair in general versus now they can say it's the specific seating type of picture.
Yeah, maybe. But, maybe. Yeah.
I have a question about that. And this is, I don't know if it's answered, but like, why would you take kids who've never been in high chairs before, unless you wanted, like, if you were going to generalize this to other kids and their engagement and stuff, why would you take kids that have never been in a high chair versus kids that have been in a high chair, since at this age it's probably typical to see kids being in chairs?
So, really good question. I'm going to try and break it down. So, my first question back would be, the first one's like practical. Why have these particular children in this study not sat in a high chair before?
They couldn't, so the parents didn't want them sitting in it because they were falling out of it all the time.
I think that's a good guess. Yeah.
The requirement to do the studies and they're not able to sit independently, so you are sitting independently.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a kid in a high chair? I mean, they're all over the place. So probably, I agree with you, probably the parents have been scared, it was something they were avoiding, they were probably holding the child a lot. So that's like a practical issue. So that's probably why maybe most, if not all of these children had not sat in a high chair before. Now, as far as why would you pick that versus somebody who has sat in a high chair, why? I'm not going to ask you a question about this. Let's just do it for fun now. So why might they pick people who had never sat in a high chair before versus kids who had sat in a high chair before but still couldn't sit independently?